to go through it for the video?
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm going to time this too.
Yeet.
If I can't get through this,
Dude.
I'm going to disappoint.
That's all I needed to see was Ron's face.
Plantation and central government seats are started by London Western Treaty Marches, negative split of people, public China, vegetables, one corporation, great French, British, national martial literature, wolf of the first man that's heard all 16 provinces, limits, going to find supposed to China, some of the bed for operations, but packages, countries, could once again demonstrate live from cultivating a positive climate friendly investment, social, English, and global, small, unless you read finance, participation, community countries, will probably says one eligibility for full terms of the court and the bilateral Western treaties, spur green finance, as soon as necessary for green market development. That's way 16. The emphasis on the bilateral Western treaty give years and China comes to the better direction with market green finance and initiative to go to fund the pull years and China's capital Western violent friendly party green finance initiative comes, education for increasing emphasis on dealing with country norms and environment, providing chance includes new funds direct policies that need to meet those needs, and BIT growth of correlation will solve climate change. That's March 15. If the Eastern China concludes bilateral investment treaty, there's really huge impetus of that two governments have a strategic framework to manage their deficit to expand our areas of cooperation and time discovered they've turned for country command birds that much larger than any area in any areas of disagreement. All problems of competition to food insecurity, water insecurity, journal, threats to financial stability, focus on things you right rather than things that divide, and warming causes of planet. That's growth from 15. Virtual contemplation arguments of global warming poses it clear, and President Andrew civilization and global warming would create the planetary conditional plus to civilization would note the capital since there was no evidence civilization or long-term rights may play hard to preserve 10% of human population will solve as a result will make the planet uninhabitable by humans when the major name behold global warming bring about destruction civilization have a chance must stand steps to anything possible even come closer on between best mobilize all spares to replace dirty and to reclaim as soon as possible and advantage to is multilateral trade. Dueling TPP and RCEP deals so found this multilateral trade box between agreements signed by US and Chinese influences of fragmenting global trade order. That's Chain 15. The issue for America is not TPP versus no TPP. The issues of the Asia Pacific region involves Washington Division of Trade and Beijing, as President Obama noted in his speech on Monday when more than 95% of the potential customers lost. Other words, we can't let countries like China the rules of the global economy. The TPP will include US and 11 other nations over the Pacific. They messing driving them and talking about China companies and free trade packages often used Washington effort to get Beijing Washington said China containing soft Beijing has been invited to become part of the initial agreement negotiating the with content translators have no that their country will remain outside of the TPP. They can also enter the high standards of cooperation and the structure of the pact. And the US and China BSUs will say multilateral investment program that's key to sustainable FDI. That's 116. A holistic approach to international investment program that the need for sustainable FDI, sustainable development to reflecting oceans to be key opportunities. Shape the investment stream negotiation could be important to potential universal investment instrument nuclear minor universal fund mobility situation may favor such initiatives particularly about China to be concluded expeditiously time be taken forward. And the plan is a template for multilateral sense of precedent for balancing conflicting interests. That's 1 and 10 and 12. Chinese BTs more protective investors years from the world country agreements provide a template for further investment agreements with the China US BT provides solution challenge and balance investment short might well be a fundamental multilateral framework could be built. The negotiation of critical points of the evolution of international investment law regime and the impact of great powers is retro 16 calls for decline due to change balance and transformations that there is addressed. Commercial independence, bigger drivers, phenomenon benefits, cross-border sanctions, power, economy, solely bonds, and international policies, and military competence review area validity and global competence independence, capital conquest, so likely to back a great power transition plans, share strong borders beyond recognized borders. The U.S. attempt to counter what it sees as your vision is behave the low growth as possible. That leaders will be the countries who prioritize national ambition of economic openness to prerequisite the process, continue the coalition of economic quotes, geopolitical and not just have to provide effect on cross-border flows like the fragmentation of global economic governance. And advantage 3 is food security. BIT opens up China's industrial sector to agriculture is key. That's USCBC 14. A BIT short that 4 governments over American investors and investment companies. BIT's foreign governments are using investment structures to prevent American companies investing in the market. This is more than time restricts investment in agriculture and use agricultural investment from the private sector is key to increasing agricultural production in China. That's 14. The U.S. is in many ways the global center for agricultural innovation. China can rapidly integrate innovation with the right agricultural innovation, adoption of fishery marketing, growing food needs, developed use, and China's public sector about to source revenues, private sector investment will determine the ultimate effect of further agricultural innovations. And China's expanding middle class demand for food requires innovation through U.S. investment. That's Chem 14. The rise of Chinese consumer has been one of the most important drivers to change global agricultural processes. Only combined with emerging middle class food because of dynamic emerging markets is trying to build new demands for agricultural production. Agricultural technology innovation will continue to be a principal means to meet these challenges that have the potential to protect U.S. and Chinese investment. The connecting investors and people, entrepreneurs from both countries with collective knowledge and imagination. And food scarcity in China is on the brink because of Chinese population growth. That's 16 population growth, demand for more meat, set growing income structure, to import 240 million tons of food annually by year 2030, increasing demand of food imports by growing a cost like trend drive the price of food and predicted virtually the more people will suffer from starvation drive but demand in face of food in face of severe limitations of agricultural capacity. And food scarcity causes great power lash out over resources. That's code 14. For many food scarcity is already here 1 in 4 children and 85 hundred masters on for us whose best works for selling poor countries bad infrastructure are responsible like food level to a lot of the global communities produce at least 50% more food than it does today. The food scarcity proposition that take the next world war so be fought over resources like food and water and solvency. BIT grants also bosses or negative small price pressure gushing resource greater investment access to 13 different more times grinding performance governments reaffirming China's US and the lead the use of certain requirements of parties when given investment solves this most difficult issue gets to face of investment towards national treatment host country development maintain flexibility right to when they allow FDI will use basically measures hard markets compromise could be a negative approach to hybrid budget government should support 60% T-bias and B2 to increase protection of investors that both countries would receive in each other's territories, and the US should accept China's negative proposal for a BIT attempt to delay the deal or pressure China more will ruin solvency. That's why GS16 has functioned under critical moments. The two nations met to do negative for sectors to remain off limit to investment. US and China wants to use make concessions with neighbors such high-tech investments to US now. It's pressure China to make more concession order breaching the rules commission to force. China signed an agreement without making concessions itself. There's not much time left to go to the negotiation not concluded while Obama is still in office. The treaty might be hit by growing uncertainties, and the BIT negotiations are strong because of US top line demands and restrictions on Chinese businesses. The plan is key to reverse that the TR16 security checks regulating market active foreign bonds seem reasonable. China's run certain pilot program on negative lists and for free trade shows difficulty in completing agree package remaining on US to strict conditions on Chinese investors. While China is trying to protect their sensitive perfect culture, the US is also playing hardball with Chinese investors in similar areas. Yet a potential win-win and good treaty could greatly serve the interests of both sides. With a clearly defined negative list and better market environment, the investment imbalance between the two countries is very likely to be corrected.
You are a god!